I dropped my phone. That time I was using one S3. I didn't see any charm. I didn't see anything actually. Like it was just like a normal random house. And then they asked me to remove my password, like from both phones. Like they asked me to remove my. It was 2 phones. I think it was a strategy to make sure that to let us know that he has charm. To let me, yeah, I was scared. I've been duped. The man was like, "You say what?" Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time of seeing this face, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Bimi and I would love you to be part of the family by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell button beside it. And if this is not your first time of seeing this face, thank you so much for coming back to watch my video again. So today, as you can see the title and I'm talking about how I got duped and how my phone was not stolen, like how I got duped and my money and my phone was collected from me in Ibadan, Nigeria. So if this looks like what you like to hear or what you like to watch, please follow me and let's go into it. So guys, it happened this way. I was coming from Ibadan to Abeokuta that day. I school in Abeokuta, I live in Ibadan. So I was coming from Ibadan to Abeokuta that day, and I was meant to go to Challenge from Molon Shogo, then Apata from Challenge, then Abeokuta from Apata. So it was around that 4 p.m. I was coming from my house in Ibadan. So I got to Apata and when I got to Apata, I wanted to take a bike because of traffic, and so that it would, because around that more plantation side in Ibadan, if you know Ibadan very well, you know that there's always traffic in that side. So I wanted to beat the traffic, and so that was why I took bike. So I took bike and God, and you know, I didn't go to downtown, like I didn't take one chance. I went to where they parked their turn. I went there and there was this man that was calling me Apata. So I went to meet him. He was already carrying somebody, and I entered the cab, the bike rather. I climbed the bike, sorry. So I climbed the bike and we were going. And when we reached that food court, it was barely 5 minutes. Let me just say 10 minutes. 11 minutes at the rate. From, if you know, I booked Ibadan very well. You know that from Challenge to food court is not far. So we got to that side, and then this man that was in the middle, like I was sitting at the back. The man that was in the middle, they was asking me that, do I know where Olologun's side is? I said no, I don't know. I used to hear his name on radio, but I don't know where he is. I should ask the bike man. Since he's a bike man, he should know areas very well in Ibadan. So he said he has a bike man, and the bike man was like, this is on the route to Olologun side now. He's around that other side. Why did you park? Why did you not take Challenge? Can you come? I was parrying. I was looking because it's not my business. It's none of my business. So I was looking, and then the what's his name? The guy was not like, he's sorry now, that doesn't know that I wanted to sell something to him. That's why. That his dad is sick, his dad is a hunter, his dad is sick. So he was like, he should help him, that his dad is sick. And sorry, his dad is dead, his mom is sick. They want to sell that thing so that they can use it to take care of the mom. And then the bike man was like, what is it that you want to sell? So he brought out the stuff. Me, I was not even saying anything all along. So he brought out the stuff and he was like, this is it. He mentioned the name, I don't know the name. So the bike man was like, you got to take in Lele. Oh, 1 year. That, like, I don't know if you understand it, but I was like, trying to say that, oh, this is money. How did you carry this thing in Ibadan? He can come. So the man said he came from Iwo. I forgot to tell you guys that he said he came from Iwo. So the bag man was not like, this is what you carried. Can you come in Ibadan? If all those guys catch you, they will collect it from you. Can you come? It was not like, okay, he's going to describe the place to him and he will go there. So he described the place to him, and then the man crossed and he was going. So I climbed the bike back. I'm very sorry if you can hear anything. So he climbed the bike back, and then I climbed as well, and then we were going. So we're about to go, and then he was now telling me that that thing that he's carrying is money. That hey, if it's not like, if, how do I put it? That thing that he's carrying is money. That how did he even say it? That if all these Challenge guys get collected from him, they will dupe him, and they might even kill him, because that thing worth about 2 million naira. Can you go? Me, I was trying to say it. I was like, hey, I didn't even know what to say, because so I was like, he said he's going to call him back and tell him that he should keep it very well. So he called him back and was telling him that hey, like what that thing that you take that you held, that you're holding, make sure that you hold it very well, like so that all these guys will not close. Like, hey, Shego was not suggested to the bike man that Abi you will take me there. The bike man was not like, ha, no, can you go? Me all this while I was just telling the bike man that I tried to tell the bike man that me I'm going because I'm still traveling today. It was not like, so the man that said he wanted to tell something was not telling me that he's very very sorry that Auntie Joe, Auntie, I'm very very sorry. My mom is sick. Me, even my sister, she's already doing one. I came from Iwo and I don't know Ibadan at all. Can you go? I was like, okay, I don't know, but the bike man said this is where you are going to. You are going to. He was not like, hey, I should just calm down, please. I said okay. So the bike man was telling him that if he's going to take him there, he's going to collect money. Can you go? So like, if they, I don't want to speak Yoruba because of people that might not understand Yoruba. So it was not like, hey, if he says it's for this amount of money, he's going to give you like 100K now. It was not like, are you sure? He said yes. It was not like I should follow them. I'm like, follow you for what? I'm not following you guys. It was not like, hey auntie, please now, if you follow us, it will be faster. The only thing is just that just take me there, because if you follow me, so that they will not dupe me of this money, because I don't even know anywhere here. Just pretend for them like you're my sister, and then he is my brother. Please now, my brain was not even clicking that. But one thing like I was just like, maybe because of the emotion that he added, the strategy that he added, like, oh, his sister is kind of like lunatic, and then his mom is sick. So I was like, true, Ibadan is mad, Ibadan is crazy, and they might want to do something for him and all that. So I was like, okay, fine, no problem, I'll follow you. And then I was telling him that we're not spending like more than 30 minutes. Like, I'm not even going to enter, because all these charms, I don't even do it. We shall enter the back and we were going, and honestly, we were going, and those places that we were passing, I really don't know the places. So I was trying to go in, but I was trying to use my internet to picture like places of like maybe signboard and all that. But sis was just following them. So we just got to a particular place, and then the bike man dropped, and then we stopped, and then we were going. So we just went to this mud like building, and then we got there, and then okay, before we even got there, we saw this man. He's kind of light in complexion, and then the bike man was not greeting him like, baba, can you come? I mean, I was looking, because the plan was, okay, we were going to, sorry, I was looking aside. I wanted to be sure that this thing is recording. So the plan was that we were going to pretend as if we are brothers and sisters. She gets, but I think where my head was not correct was I should have thought that, do we look alike? Do we look like if somebody in his right sense should know that these people are not like siblings? But it was like they played on my emotions really, like, and I felt stupid at the end of the day. But yeah, let me continue my story. So as we saw the man, and then the man was not like, oh, the bike was not like, came to see you and all that. And then we followed him, and then when we followed him to more like house, and then we got there, we sat, and then we were greeting him, and then the man was like, hey, what did you come to do? So the bike man was not like, the man said he wanted to say something, and then the man that said he wanted to say something was not saying that, you're the one I used to see on TV, and your man, you do TV, they man share program here, can you go? And me, I don't stay in Ibadan, so I don't know, like, I don't spend most of my time in Ibadan, so I'm not sure if they used to spend anything, I mean, they used to see me on TV or something. So the man went, so the man was not like, hey, can you go? Was not like, what does he want to sell? He called the name of that thing. He brought it out. Hey, they were trying to make it look like that thing is so powerful, so that I would be scared. And I was scared. So it was not like, hey, can you go? It was not like, this thing. Are you sure that it's original? He said yes, original. It was not like, he's going to sell it for this so amount of money. The man was not like, no, they was bargaining on how much they want to sell it, and the man was just looking. So the man was not like, are we sure that we are sisters? He said yes. He was not like, can you come? I said yes. So the marshal went, came back, brought one, like, it was not like, I wish we are sisters, because he knows that we met today. And that was where, I think it was a strategy to make sure that, to let us know that he has charm, to let me know that he has, because I'm very sure that the three of them are accomplices. So he just said, okay, why did we lie? That because we lied now, something is going to happen to us, and then we don't want that thing to happen to us. That Isha went back, it was like a mud house. The house was mud, and then we were sitting we didn't enter the house at all. Like, it was at the backyard that we were. See, I didn't see any charm, I didn't see anything actually. Like, it was just like a normal random house, and then we were at the back of the house, really. And then the man was just going and coming back, going and coming back. So when he went, it was not like he now used maybe one leaf, a leaf to touch water. I was like, because we lied, and that thing that is holding is powerful. And as you can see, that he said that it was that thing that killed his dad. That we don't want that thing to happen to us. That we have to drop our phone, and then anything that is valuable on us, we have to drop it. And then after dropping it, and so Isha went. I dropped the phone. I dropped my phone. That time I was using one S3. Was it S3 or S4? I'll look for the picture and put it on the screen. Like, it was very painful. Isha took the phone, and the money all the money I had with me, I gave it to him, and then with the hope that he said he was going to bring the money and the phone back. That he wanted to do something to it so that nothing will happen to us. And like, guys, honestly, when he collected that phone, and he said when he went, before he came back, we were just three of us. I was speaking in tongues because something was not right. Honestly, I was speaking in tongues immediately, like, because I was like, the man that now said he wanted to say something, he was sitting down with, like, I was sitting between the two of them, like the bike man and the man that said wanted to say something. So I was speaking in tongues, like, and the man was not like, he felt uneasy, like. It felt uneasy, and I was like, on the first time, on the normal day, you're not supposed to be feeling like something is okay with you. You're supposed to feel like, yes, because we don't have the same spirit. Like, I was speaking in tongues, and then the man was like, hey, Killen, so Egon, what is it that you're saying? Can you come? So the man now came back, and the man was like, what is happening? What is causing all this? Can you come? So the man was like, she was saying something I don't even understand. What is she saying now? Can you come? And I told the man that, sir, my phone, sir, it was not like fire ballet, can you come? So because single conto shaking lara mo torí tí nǹkan bá ṣì wà lára ẹ tó jẹ́ nǹkan tó jẹ́ bí owó valuable things, that is like, he was asking that, hope there's nothing on me anymore, that if something is on me that I didn't drop, that it will turn to maybe like something like AIR, and then so it was like it will turn to here, and then something will happen to me and all of that. So he was asking me that. So the man was not asking me that, okay, do I know where my parents put their money? And I said, no, I don't. Like, at that point, I was regaining my consciousness, because immediately he took the phone, like, I knew that something was actually wrong somewhere. That was when I started praying. I didn't even know why I started praying in tongues, but the man beside me was already feeling uncomfortable. So, and earlier on, when he collected that stuff from him, from that man that he said he wanted to say something, so he took that stuff and then started doing something, which I believe that is part of their strategy. There's nothing like charm or jazz anyway. So it was not like, okay, that am I sure that I don't know where I don't know where they keep their money, or there's no money on me. He checked my purse. It was like, he saw that there's only ATM. So it was like, am I sure that there's no money in the ATM? I said yes. In my bank, I said yes. And truthfully for me, that there was no money in that particular bank account. So he collected my ATM. He went back. Probably he went to check my balance, because even, do you know that these guys, they asked me to remove my password, like from both phones. Like, they asked me to remove it was 2 phones, and the money my mom gave me, 2 phones, and then he collected the ATM. Maybe he went to check my balance on my phone, my text message and all that. So he came back to return the ATM card. So I was not telling him that personally for me, I don't have an idea. I don't know where my mom keeps her money. He said if I'm lying, that money will turn to Afefe, and then my family, it will make my family die. I said I don't know, because I wanted to actually know what was going on, because at that point my brain was already opening up. So it was not like, okay, and there's no problem. It went back and I was still praying. So the guy beside me was not telling me that, what is this that you're doing? I was like, why? Let me talk. What is the problem? I was not telling him that it is not. Were you not here when he was trying to use that thing as charm and all that? I was not like, hey, it's nothing. Maybe he's trying to test it. I said, just leave me alone. So I was telling the bike man that, sir, for me, Kiniko was like, how man, Kiniko, the man came back. The man was like, what are you saying? Kiniko. I said nothing. I was like, okay, at this point, that because of the lie we told that we are families, that we have to go and buy salt. He said we have to go and buy salt. At that point, I was kind of still scared, and that time I was like, God, what did I put myself into? So I could not even tell people, that like, I just said I should share it today and all that. Just honestly, like it was not funny. It was not like you have to go and buy salt, and the salt you have to buy is not like we must not buy salt inside sachet. That it has to be the ones that they measure in cups. So I was like, okay, fine, cool, no problem. So it said me and the bike man should go and buy salt and all that. So I said, okay, cool, no problem. And I was sure going, like I was following, like he followed me. He said we should not pass. He asked that me and the bike man should not pass the same place. So the bike man passed this side, I passed this side. So before I left, he asked me that where do I stay. I told him where I stay. I was like, okay. So the bike man went, and then he was following me, and it was like I should buy sort of this amount of money, this amount, and I was like, and I told him that there's no money on me now. It was not like so he gave me 200 naira. I was like, okay, when I'm back, and he gave me back my money, I must return his money. I said, okay, no problem, sir, I will return your money. So he now stopped a bike for me. He stopped. So when we were going, it was not like, do I have sex? Do I have a boyfriend? And like it was like, well, I was beginning to get irritated. Like, why are you asking me that question? So I was just answering someone because I was already becoming comfortable, and that was already like 7. So my mom was like, let me just go and buy this and come back and collect my phone and my money and let me get the fuck out of here. So I carried, and it was even God that said I should not drop my bag. I was like, let me drop my bag, and when I'm back, I should be able to come and collect it. So I went. So he stopped the bike for me and told the bike man where I was going, that this is where. He asked him to take me to where I was going, and then it was like, when I come back, I'm going to give him his money back and all that. So the bike man did not pass the normal route that I know, because it's an area that I kind of know, not really, but like it's more like saying, okay, like I don't know Sha, but it's somewhere I really know. So I was not even concerned at first. I was like, maybe he doesn't want to pass the place, or maybe something is going on the road and all that. So when I got to the market, I entered the market because I was very, very like, I wanted to be fast. Like it's already like 7 around that side. That time it was already getting dark. So I entered the market. Like the bike man was supposed to drop me and take me back to the place. Since the man doesn't want to mention the name of the place, you know that. Like, so that was why I asked the bike man to drop me and take me back. You get. So I entered the market and I wanted to buy the salt. So the man gave me 200 naira. So when I entered the market, the first person I saw said she doesn't have change. Second person said she doesn't have change. So I was like, what's this stress for? Since there's a bike man outside waiting for me. So I was like, let me get money from him. And when I collect money from him, I would just probably 15 naira, and then I would just buy what I want to buy, take it to the man, and then settle him when I get there or something. Guys, when I got there, I couldn't find a bike man. Like, I could not find a bike man when I got there. Like, I looked for him like for like 15 minutes. I was like, this was the bike man. That was when I knew that something was wrong with me. Like, that was when I knew that something was wrong with me. And then immediately I took a bike. I was like, okay. I took a bike and I was like, okay, I was trying to use my head to, I was like, it should be this place, So I had told the bike man that I'm going to this side. So the bike man carried me with the mindset that, okay, I'm going to get to the place. When I got to the side, I was trying to picture where we passed to enter, and I could not even get it. And then the bike man was like, "Kilo Shingo, as old as you are, you don't even know where I'm going." I just told him to drop me. That I'm not going anymore. I just paid him. I don't know how much, maybe 15 naira or so. I had 150 naira with me. So I took, when I got where he dropped me, I was asking people around that I'm going to this man's side. He does jam, he does jazz, it looks like this and all that. So people were like, hey, maybe down. I took another bike. So I can't remember the name of the areas anymore. So I took another bike to that side. And then I think when I got to that side, I was God, guys, they were legit taking me from one man to the other, like all these babalawo, they were legit taking me from one babalawo to the other, like, is it this person? I said no, it's not this person. They were like asking me for the name, that if they know the name of the person, because I think they have an association that probably they would know the person I'm talking about. I said I didn't know, but I started describing. They were like, oh, if it's that person, it should be this person. I was even happy when they took me to the person. It was not the person again. That was when I knew that I had a problem. But I still did not give up. My mom was like, should I go to police station? But even if I go to police station, what will I tell them, and what money will I give to them? So I just God. So I just decided, like, I'm not going to give up. So I took another bike. And then I was like, I told the bike man, this, like, I'm going to this side. So he took me, and we're going. I was like, and so as I was kind of muttering, like, I was sitting on his back, and I was kind of muttering, and the man was like, don't you know where you are going? Like, she want me to learning. I was like, sir. So hey, the man said, before I got him, the man was like, I should not tell anybody until I get back. I said, okay, sir. So when I got to, I told the man that, see, as I am like this, just summon the courage, like, as I am like this, I have been duped. The man was like, you say what? I said, like, I have been duped. And that was when I knew that, oh, yeah. So he first parked, and when he parked, he was like asking me what happened, and I told him everything. Was like, see, don't disturb yourself, you cannot say them again. I was still telling him that it's not possible, I'll find them. Because mom was like, should I drop you so that you can be looking for them? How much do you say you have on you? I said 100 naira. I was like, okay, maybe I should pack, drop you, and you'll be fine. But I'm telling you right now that you cannot find them again. This is how you'll be parabolating up and down, and you not sit down. So like, hey, wahala. Like, it was not actually funny, right? At that point, I was just thinking of what to do, because I don't have any money on me. I didn't have any phone. I just told the man that he should please give me his phone to try the number again. I was like, the number cannot be reachable. I tried my 3 numbers, because there were 2 phones. I tried all my numbers, it was switched off. I was like, whoa, cool. And at that point, I knew I had a problem. So the man was like, okay, the only thing he can do for me, he's a pastor. Thankfully, he's a pastor, and he helped me that night. It was like, okay, fine. From where we are right now, he's going to take me to challenge. I told him that I was going to call a friend that will send me money. That I had to go to Abuja that night, because I don't want to go back home and tell my mom. What would I even tell my mom? Like, my mom is, she might be kind of scared. Apart from the fact that she can scold me that, oh, can you go? She might be kind of scared. I was like, no, I'm not going to go back home. I'm just going to go back to Abuja. That was around past 8 already. It was like, okay. I told him that he should borrow me his phone and call a friend that will send me money. So I called a friend, sent me money, and I still had my ATM with me. So the man took me to challenge. There's GT Bank at challenge. So I withdrew at that bank, and then from there I took bike to challenge to Apata, and then when you're God, I was now borrowing phone, like people's phone, to check time, to call people. Before I got to Apata that night, it was around past 11. Like, it was not funny, guys. Like for like months, I was resentful. Like, I was, at some point I found out to forgive myself, like, why am I so dumb? But at some point I was resentful towards myself. I was kind of sad, I was kind of angry, I was kind of pained. Like, how would this happen to me? Like, how? Like, why would this happen to me? But I just had to let go at some point. If I had to go to the police station at LA, that no, I have to track my phone. I'm angry at these people. Why would they deceive me like that? At some point, I was trying to believe that the bike man is not part of them. I was even trying to fight. People were like telling me that, see, all of them are accomplices. I was like, are you serious right now? Like, are you serious? And then that's my story. And then at some point, I had to just let go, and it was not easy for me to let go. And he was talking about it right now. I still feel somehow, but yeah, it's over, and I just want to tell you. Alright, so I share this story so that you guys can stay careful out there. Like, these guys are not joking, and anybody they see, they can. Because I was in Lagos one day, I was at Yaba particularly, and I was looking for a car, and I stood there, and this guy came to meet me. I was like talking, like he was talking to me like he was not even relating to me. Like, I don't know you, guy. Like, I didn't even like I just held my phone very well. Like, I put it inside my bag and I was not even answering him. Like, I was asking questions like, I think a man came to meet me first, and then I didn't give that one attention. So another person came to me like, why was I not giving the person attention? I was like, I didn't even say anything because I didn't want to fall victim anymore. Guys, please stay safe out there. These guys are everywhere and they can prey on anybody. Like, it's not about your intelligence, it's not about your location. Please stay safe out there. And if you've had this kind of experience before, kindly let me know like what your experience are and how you, like, did you fall victim? Did you not fall victim? And you know, let's just learn together. And what do you think about this stuff? Like, what do you think are the causes? Like, is it that the government, like, just let me know, or is people's greediness and all that? So let me know your thoughts and then share your experiences with us and all that. And like I said, please stay safe out there. Like, be on the lookout, be on the look. I lost my phone and I lost my money. Like, it was very painful because it was very painful that I lost my phone. Like, I was just like, why would I be this daft? It was a friend that was telling me that I should just forget about it, it's not about that, blah 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 blah. So that's it, guys, about this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share. And yeah, like I said, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.